The love of beer is well grounded in many of its frothy fans, cultivating a growing interest in microbreweries and an assortment of ales. If you're a budding beer connoisseur, then plant yourself at the Cleveland Botanical Garden this Wednesday and next for their Hoppy Hour, where horticulture and hops are both on the menu. Cynthia Druckenbrod is here to give us a taste of the botanical basics for making beer. Cynthia is the Director of Horticultural Exhibits and Communication at the Cleveland Botanical Gardens. So, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I brought some interesting hops here.
Yeah, what a better subject on.
Definitely. And so Hoppy Hour really is a great time to be at the Botanical Garden because you don't just come there to drink beer, although that's one of the fun things to do, but you get to see the gardens and you get to go on flashlight tours. And best of yet, you get to learn a little bit about the horticulture behind the beer. And there are different topics every single week. So the next 2 weeks, you're going to hear a topic on what makes the perfect beer and another topic on forensics in beer. And so it's really interesting. And actually the other topic is when beer goes bad. And that's the Halloween week. And it's just a lot of fun. Yeah. We actually have Great Lakes coming in and Brew Kettle coming in. So people get to try different brews every single week.
And this is hops, correct?
These are hops, and it's one of the main ingredients in beer, along with barley and water and yeast.
Okay, so it sounds simple, but you can make a lot of different things out of those,
those are the 4 main ingredients, and if you smell it, they look like little pine cones, little green pine cones, and if you do give it a good smell, it's really fragrant. But yeah, this is what hops are, and they grow them in these big trellises at hop farms, and then of course, this is the time of year that they're harvested. And then of course, that's the main ingredient in beer that makes it bitter.
Okay. Yeah. And what does the barley do?
The barley makes it taste good.
Right. So there's so many new microbreweries around that are popping up everywhere, it seems.
Right, that's right.
And it's a big deal.
Yes, it's a big deal, and that's why it's a big movement in Cleveland. And so Hoppy Hour makes perfect sense to be at the Botanical Garden because you get to enjoy hops, which go into microbrews great beers.
So you get to taste a little beer, you get to see the gardens and everything. And then the following week, not the first one that you've talked about, but the following week, you've got this beer botanicals and what is it? Bathtub gin.
Yeah,
so what's that
there's
about?
There's a reason. So we have an actress coming over from the Dietrich Medical Museum, and she's going to dress up like Dr. John Spencer, who was a forensic scientist in the early 20th century, and he would be able to tell how people passed away based on what was in the beer they drank. Because during Prohibition, beer was made with sometimes not so great ingredients that didn't sit well with you. So whether or not you drank beer or bathtub gin, if it was distilled with something like turpentine, you wouldn't do so well. So there's going to be an actress there talking about that, and it's going to be a great time. So you're going to get to learn all about what happened in Prohibition. You're going to get to enjoy hops and horticulture at Hoppy Hour at the Botanical Garden.
Right. Well, is there a cover charge?
There's a small cover charge of $5, but members are always free. And then, of course, beer is on top of that. Tastings are really reasonably priced, though. And remember, you get to try 3 different beers. So it's a lot of fun at the Botanical Garden.
It sounds like it will be. So here's to the Cleveland Botanical Garden. It doesn't matter if you're a beer beginner or a longtime lager lover. At Hoppy Hour, you'll discover the fundamental facts about all kinds of ale. My thanks to Cynthia Druckenbrod for sharing a taste of Hoppy Hour with us today.
Thank you.
Find out more by calling the Cleveland Botanical Garden at 216-721-1600 or click to www.cbgarden.org.